After years of living in cities and working in offices full of artificial light, recycled air and dull, mute colours, she craved to be amongst the trees, befriending wildlife, breathing fresh air and gazing up at a sky full of stars. She wanted rewilding. She grew up watching characters like Snow White and Mary Poppins, where they taught her that living a life out in nature or communicating with animals was possible. Yet society had taught her that these were just fairy tales, a world you could only escape to occasionally. You still had to live a real life amongst concrete, disconnected from nature and all things she dreamed about. She could take holidays from this real-world life. That would provide her with the rejuvenation she needed to keep tackling living a life that brought her little joy and peace. But deep down, she knew there was more to what she was just being told. What is the point of life if she wasn't going to do something that brought her joy? If there was a ghost looking down on her life, what would they be watching and wanting to experience that they no longer could? Would they miss the feel of sand between their toes, the smell of the earth after rain, the taste of a fresh, crisp apple, or the sound of birds in the morning calling out to each other? She had gotten used to all the modern day conveniences of running water and hot showers, access to endless power and cooking appliances, cooked meals available to her with one phone call, a house that provided her a sense of belonging in the world. Would she be able to give all of this up? Did she have to? Could she find a balance of both worlds? Her mind started to race with the possibilities. She had always had a mindset that anything was possible. So why not this plan to build a life where she could have it all? She didn't have to have it all figured out right away. She could work it out as she went. The first and most important step was finding her shelter. Something she could feel safe and secure in. She could make it a home over time. Selling or donating most of her belongings to live in a space smaller than most people's bathrooms was challenging. But taking the leap away from the security of a fixed home for a life on the road was the biggest step. Overnight, she was thrown into the uncertainty of where she was going to sleep each night, where she would fill up her water tanks, how she would manage her power and food supplies, and how she would maintain social connection when living away from those she loved. Over time though, she found all these challenges grew her resilience and made her physical body and mind much stronger. She learned that she was so much more capable than she thought possible, and problem solving became a fun game that she labelled opportunities to learn. The things she once saw as challenges soon became ways for her to try something new and see if she could break through the invisible limits that conditioning had taught her were there. Living in a van and being at one with nature didn't have to mean she was financially unstable or physically dirty. She could still care for her space and the nature that surrounded her. She could still have a good income and invest wisely. Many years of innovations had provided society with so much amazing technology at our fingertips, such as access to internet and phone reception almost anywhere, and portable power solutions to charge devices, provide light and cook food. This meant she could find this perfect balance of living a comfortable life whilst also living amongst nature every day and travelling to new destinations at a whim. As time went on, she learned better ways of doing things, what did and didn't work for her, and found more and more alignment, creating the ideal life she dreamed of from a child. Each year she would strip back more of what she found she didn't need to carry, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. As she released these things and went more out of her comfort zone, she found more connection to her surroundings and more peace within her soul. She learned how to nurture her body with better food, create a space that brought her joy, started finding time for more of her passions, and stepped into sharing her life with the world. Out of all the comfort zones she had broken free from, embodying and proudly sharing who she truly felt to be at heart with strangers and close people in her life was the scariest challenge of all. But what she found was that by being who she is unapologetically, it encouraged others to be who they are. The biggest life lesson van life has taught me is that being alive is such a gift. There is so much joy in the small things around us. Having something like a daily hot shower removed from my life has made me appreciate the magic of them when I do get one. Hot showers didn't actually become common until the mid-1900s. They are a daily amazing experience that our ancestors didn't have access to, and we often take for granted. Nature is our biggest teacher and healer. We can communicate with wildlife and trees. When we stop to appreciate everything they do for us and communicate our gratitude, we find a connection difficult to replicate. Trees provide us with air so that we can breathe, literally giving us life. Wildlife keeps our crops and natural areas growing and thriving, sustaining life on this earth as we know it. Don't believe what you think you know to be true. Anything is possible. Life is a game. We are here to play it and see how far we can reach in making a beautiful life for ourselves and others. There will always be challenges, because without them we couldn't appreciate the moments of pure joy. It is the yin-yang of life. Without the darkness, we could not appreciate the light. Be open-minded to learning from others, but also be strong in being kind to yourself. Kindness and love are so important to focus on when surrounded by darkness. If you feel you can't find joy in your life, find a way to bring joy to someone else's, because that will automatically bring you joy. Being who you want to be, living a life you want to live, as long as it is not hurting others, is what you are here to do. I have said it before and I will say it again. If you live according to others' expectations of you, then you are living their life, not yours. So you do you, boo. Music plays a really big part in my life. There's a lot of songs that form the backdrop to my adventures on the road, and I would sincerely love to share these songs with you, but due to copyright reasons on YouTube, I can't even pay for these songs to use them. So I'm going to try something new, and I'm going to ask you to pause the video in a moment and look up the song by Lily Miola called Daydream. And I'm going to ask you to please play that song while you are watching the rest of this video. And then you can get a real feel for the emotions I'm feeling in the moments when I'm out here and the thoughts that are going through my head. I'd like you to really listen to the words and let them sink in as you're taking in this amazing scenery that I'm amongst. I will still play other beautiful music that I've been able to source from Artlist for those of you that can't find the song. So sit back, enjoy, and experience this amazing place as I have done.
Rain is pouring down upon the memory of the storm. Worries in the hollows, regret is in the stone. You are not, you're not alone. You are not, you're not alone. High upon the mountain, fathoms from the sound, rising with the morning, are lost beneath the ground. You are not, you're not alone. You are not, you're not alone. If you ever lose out or break down in the cold, stranded on the side of the long and tired road, I would drive for miles failing light. Brave the wind and lightning and meet you in the night. You're not alone.